let's say you have to have 2 seconds or better, right? Your boss says, hey, I need this system to settle in 2 seconds, right? Well, how would you do that? Anyone have any ideas? What's some approaches right now? It's a really exciting time, I think, to be involved in UAS-related work. This is actually expected to be one of the largest, if not the absolute largest, growth areas in terms of both jobs and revenue within the aerospace industry in the near future. Our project focuses on creating a set of tools and systems to help operators of unmanned aerial systems, or UAS. We want to help them increase their situational awareness with respect to collisions with other aircraft and also with restricted airspaces. Our industry partner is a company called Insitu, which is actually a wholly owned subsidiary of Boeing at this point. But they're one of the major UAS manufacturers in the nation, and luckily they're here in Washington.
I am the university liaison here at Insitu. So Chris, naturally contacted me, and we worked together on the proposal, and I organized our contributions over here.
Yeah, so basically we are the ones that got back from Australia. We're doing the brush fire modeling detection down there. So right
the JCATI support for the students is a wonderful win-win-win situation, because the students benefit directly from being exposed to a commercial environment with very clear deliverables and schedules to keep. The Washington State is benefiting from the industry thriving. And of course, as a company, we benefit from these young researchers that bring that energy and insight.
How are we doing? You want to give us any status?
Right now, we're just figuring out launching site and the different equipment.
Last year, we had about 25 students involved in the project, and some of those have gone on to do internships with our industry partner, accepted full-time positions in aerospace. A couple of them have gone to grad school and are continuing on the work here.
I'm working down in the Seattle area here and at a small startup. So as we grow, we'll be continuing to create more and more jobs here in Washington.
Actually, it was closer to the Tri-Cities, and it was a controls internship, so I was still doing controls and working in my concentration.
Currently, I'm looking at an orthophoto. It's a mosaic made from multiple pictures shot from different angles from a UAS. It's flying about 100 feet up currently, and we can see a good amount of detail even at that height. We can even see ourselves in the ground control station over here.
The previous project has had a sort of ripple effect and kind of spawned these new ideas, stuff like mapping, wildfire monitoring, just gathering environmental data and stuff like glacial movements, that sort of thing. And also we'd like to be able to apply the algorithms that we've developed in the past on a future system.
Normally the gap between academic research and industry product enhancement is measured in years, sometimes many years. And in that respect, that gap between academic research and product enhancement is, in our case, very rapid.
We absolutely have almost daily contact. We have demonstrations that the team performs at least every 3 to 4 weeks, where we're able to actually interact with the students and find out what progress that they've made, and to be able to comment on that progress, as well as give insight onto what different kinds of architectural solutions they might incorporate to solve a problem.
Now we have a board in the top of the aircraft here that we have placed right underneath the wing. Now that's the board that makes everything kind of cool. If we now pitch the aircraft down, you can see that the control surfaces now want to resist the movement of the aircraft. Now, if we were to pitch the aircraft upwards,
I feel like that was one of the major wins of this JCATI project, in the sense that it allowed students to experience a side of engineering that I think they typically don't get to see in a traditional engineering university curriculum. So working with an industry partner has got them a lot of job-relevant skills here. So they're much more marketable. They've already talked with industry partners. So yes, many of them have gone on to do internships and full-time positions.
It was something that I could use as a resume builder. There's not very many people out there that, or students or even undergrads, that get to say that, you know, on a every month basis, we got to sit in front of managers at a industry company that you have to present your material in front of.
It doesn't always seem like school, it almost seems like a work environment, which is a really great experience, I think.
Knowing that what you're doing could be implemented by industry. So it kind of validates your hard work throughout the year.
For me personally, it gave me a talking point on my resume, definitely. I was able to land an internship this last summer.
This thing is smart, and it's going to make the system behave the way I want it to, so that the overall system does what I want, right?
I believe that often in the academic environment, you've been trained to do the exams, to perform on time, etc., etc. You have not yet been exposed to the day-to-day organized teams of a commercial product and the deliverable schedules and your responsibility to the rest of that team.
This link, I think, provides us a direct pipeline of how we can get some of our ideas out of a university environment and out of just a simple journal paper and directly putting them onto a system which is actually going to help society, because as an engineer, that's what we're very interested in doing, right? We want to develop some technology which is going to be useful to society in general, and a lot of times that's hard to do if it's just sitting on a library shelf gathering dust.
We wrote up a conference paper and we submitted it.
I've seen that through our connections with the JCATI students that we see that, you know, there are some superstars out there that we'd love to bring in, and maybe the door is an internship and then maybe permanently through a permanent position. So I think that is a great job creator.
It's very, very useful from a commercialization standpoint, and it's also immensely beneficial from an inspirational standpoint, in the sense that students get to directly see how some of these ideas that they develop here in a lab are instantly implemented and transitioned onto a product which is being useful to Washington Aerospace.